Yo, holy shit, dude. Holy moly, everybody. It's good to see you. For people in the chat, VOD watchers, etc. It's good to see you guys. Welcome in. Good to see you guys. As per usual, a little bit late to the party. This dropped about 3 hours ago. 6:42. These guys have no schedule. Chat. These guys have no schedule at all. But Limbus company did drop the new Ishmael. It is Monday. Rejoice. Monday means skill reveal day because Wednesday is patch day. Which means we are here to celebrate the reveal of Ishmael skills. Obviously no numbers or nothing, but at least we can take a look at, like, you know, what skills are offered by this new character. It is going to be the what is it? The Zwei variant, Zwei West section 3rd Ishmael. So dude, I mean, first I'm seeing these skills. I am not prepared. I'm gonna open them up right now. We're gonna give it a like. Give the post a like. And there seems to be obviously a second one. Obviously there's gonna be a second one. Oh god, dude. This is going to be the reading stream. It's gonna be pretty short, actually. I'm gonna just like we're gonna go through it. We're gonna see. We're gonna read. We're gonna talk about this stuff. I don't even have Limbus open. So it's just gonna be like off the cuff piece. So if this is kind of scuffed, well, you know, Bob's your uncle, right? Let's go ahead and open this in a bigger tab. Open the other one in a bigger tab too. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, dude. She looks so good. She looks so good. Zwei West, section 3rd, Ishmael, 3-star. And look at this skill icons, too. That is such a metal skill icon. Hold on, let me move it to the other side. There we go. All right, all right. Zwei West. Let's take a look, shall we? Zwei Knight's greatsword form, dude. I love the greatsword. It's such a great weapon for her. Oh, it looks so good, and she's so Saber, man. I hope a lot of FGO players will see this, or like just see her in general, and be like, "Oh my god, is that fucking Saber?" And they click on it, and they're like, "Oh, it's Limbus company. Oh, new gacha to play," and then they'll all, like, you know, quit FGO and start playing Limbus instead. But yeah, let's see. So a 3 skill, no 4th skill, thank God. Thank God, no 4th skill. Yeah. Zwei Knight's greatsword form on use gains aggro to this skill. Okay, very cool. This skill slot next turn. So this is a aggro taking skill, just like you know, the characters from. Let me make myself smaller. Characters from Dietchi. From Dietchi also have a similar mechanic as well as some other aggro tank characters. On use gains X defense level up for every Y tremor account. And so, okay, defense level up is pretty good depending on how much you can get. It might be like 1-to-1. It might be like a different ratio, but getting like defense up for tremor count is going to make her like super tanky. If she has self tremor, it's going to be pretty good. Gains, okay, so you gain tremor count yourself, and then you'll gain like multiple defense level ups, and every defense level up is roughly 3%, give or take, you know, diminishing returns, of course, but diminishing returns wise, every defense up is gonna give, every point of defense, I should say, it gives like around 3% mitigation, depending on how much, you know, the attack they have, because it is like a, you know, percentage, right? So let's see, it's like a division formula. On use, gain base power for every X defense. Oh, it gains base power for defense up. So not only do you gain tankiness, but also it gains base power for every defense level up. So like if you have, like, you know, 4 defense up, you gain 4 base power. That sounds pretty good. It is 2 coins, and it is an S1, so it probably won't go like super crazy into coin power, but You know, even something that runs, I could see this, you know, being stacked up like crazy, and then like, you know, even the S1 just hits for, even the S1 rolls like 20, 30, you know? I could definitely see a world for that. First hit, on hit, inflicts tremor count, fantastic. I think this being a tremor ID, I think we all like figured it's gonna be a tremor ID. I think one of the skills, it might have been the defense skill, like trigger, yeah, this one triggers tremor burst on Clash Win. We did hear the tremor burst sound effect in the trailer, and so we kind of knew it was coming, but good to confirm. And it is kind of like a, you know, there is another Ishmael ID in the tremor like archetype, and honestly like a lot of people run that as well, so in that terms, like for sure, like you will want to make sure that this 3-star Ishmael that runs tremor is going to be a better applicator for tremor count and tremor, you know, potency, maybe perhaps, than the 2-star variant, right? Because the 2-star variant is the LCCB, like the gun one with the shield, the riot shield and the gun, and she applies like a ton of tremor count and tremor potency. So this one has to be better. Inflict tremor count, gain defense up next turn. Oh, so 2 times you gain tremor, you inflict tremor count, and then you also gain defense up next turn. So you're gonna be also probably proccing this as well next turn. So it's like you boost yourself up once, twice, and then 3 times, right? Hey, welcome in, by the way. Good to see you. Hello, welcome in. Good to have you. But yeah, you boost yourself up like 3 times, and then you gain base coin power for this. Kind of insane, no? Wait, this is nuts. Wait, she's gonna be clash. She's a good clasher too. I think that's like part of the reason like Zwei has been so bad, with like Gregor being like absolutely god off. Mr. like lose clash. Mr. lose clash because he can't gain like enough power, but maybe perhaps Zwei Ishmael can do the job better. But yeah, I mean, S1, it looks really solid. I can't see the numbers, but, you know, if you can stack up high tremor count on yourself, and you can, you know, gain defense up for before the turn before, then your clashing skill is going to be really good. Obviously, your first skill is going to suck ass, but other than the first skill, it's going to be, like, much better. Yeah, I mean, this looks really good. Skill 2, 3 coins, and it's going to be an envy skill. So a pride skill, envy skill, gluttony skill. Interesting. I mean, it is okay. Cool. Gains aggro. Okay, they seem to all gain aggro. Oh, S3, yes, S3 also gains aggro. They all gain aggro. Gains X defense level up for every Y tremor count stuff. Okay, they seem to all do that as well. At X plus defense. So at a certain point, at a certain threshold. After I read the skills, the only way to explain this Ishmael is I just, yeah, it's like first, my first roll won't be that good, but afterwards, I'm gonna just roll higher than you. And then if you can't beat me, then I'm gonna roll higher than you forever. As long as you can keep your tremor count up. So far, it seems, let's see. Gain defense level up for every Y tremor count. At X plus defense, gain coin power. Whoa! Wait, what? S2, and it's a 3 coin skill too. So it's 3 times like whatever number you get, right? It's if you gain 1 coin power, if they all roll heads, you gain 3 power, right? So this being 3 coins is kind of insane. It rolls like many times, so you gain like big value out of coin power. Like skills that only like roll 1 coin don't really gain much from, or like you gain much less from than a skill that has multiple coins for coin power gainage. And I mean, you're probably gonna get this, especially since, sorry, did I mean to zoom out? All of your skills seem to just give defense up on Clash Win, gain tremor count. So you fuel tremor count on your skill too for yourself, and then you inflict tremor potency. So this is your tremor potency skill, this is your tremor count skill, right? And then you gain defense next turn for your second hit, and then on third hit, inflicts tremor count equal to the tremor count on self. Sorry, inflicts potency on the enemy equal to the tremor count on self divided by X. And then when you get a certain... Dude, the misspelled level, give me my lunacy. Spelling typo error, give me my lunacy right now. At X plus, inflicts attack power down? How are you ever gonna win against her? If she hits you with this, and she's like rocking like 5 defense up, like you're toast. You're actually done. There's nothing you can do. Like, even if this just says 1 coin power up, you know, this is probably like, you know, let me look at the other Zweis, okay? Kusoge. .xyz. Let me look at the other Zwei units. Because something is wrong here. Something is terribly wrong here. Okay. Something is not right. I mean, obviously this guy sucks. But I just wanted to kind of see, like, you know, what kind of stuff he's playing with. At 6 plus defense level, gains 40% attack. So, like, trying to see, like, what usually a threshold. Maybe it's like 3 or 6. Yeah, we kind of have to see. This one, he doesn't gain defense up. I think maybe Zwei Gregor is probably like the best, or Zwei Faust is the best comparison. So it might be like something like this at 5. Hers is at 5, gain 2 clash power. You might be seeing something like at 5 plus gain 1 coin power. Shut up, loser. Tremor blast. Yeah, something like this I would totally be able to see being on skill 2. 5 defense up wouldn't be terrible. Gain 1, gain 1, gain 1, gain 4. So like a lot of ways to gain. You probably will be gaining a big chunk from this one. But this is like incremental, right? So it's like if it's like gain 2 defense for every 4 tremor count, or like every 2 tremor count or whatever, you know, you could be gaining like 10 defense up. Which theoretically is like 30% damage mitigation. And then add probably 5, gain 1 coin power. I mean, seems likely to me. Wow. That's insane, dude. Wow. And then you inflict attack power down. So they can't even hit you next turn. You aggro them. You gain 3 aggro for this skill slot. They're forced to hit you. Is this okay to print? Ward. Can't let you through. I like the skill names too. Ward. Oh, what a pose. Gain, okay, same thing as before. If the unit is in defensive stance, which we'll probably see later, deal more damage, probably like 30-40%. I mean, Zwei Gregor does that. So I can only assume that something like Ishmael would do the same thing for being, you know, with a great sword, you know? Maybe some crazy damage upgrade. Gain coin power for every... Wow. So this is like the super version of the other one, because this one says add defense level, you know, a certain defense level, you gain 1 coin power, or like a number. This is gain coin power for every incremental defense up on self. So if it's like every 3, gain 1 coin power, probably like max 2 or 3. You could be rolling like, you know, if this is like a... Let me see. If this is like a 6, or like a 6 plus 5, and then you roll like, it then becomes 6 plus 8. all of a sudden this rolls like 30. Just a clad dude. Step aside. Step aside. Grip Sinclair. We have a new 30 roller in town. Gains aggro for this skill slot next turn, nice. Clash when gain tremor count, nice. Probably like, you know, like 2 or 3. It must be more than 1, otherwise you'll never be able to hold it, right? It must be pretty insane number. Inflicts tremor potency. So 1 way to inflict count, 2 ways to inflict potency. Consumes all tremor count on self, and inflicts the value of counts consumed as tremor potency on target. And then you blast their ass. That is so disgusting. Deal then plus excess tremor times a certain value more damage, probably like, 10 or 20. Huh? Excess tremor. Interesting. So when you don't put any tremor to waste. Even if it like would be wasted, you don't waste. Trigger then tremor burst for free. It's a free tremor burst. Oh no, it's not. It reduces the tremor count by 1. Never mind. It's not free, but it's still pretty good. If these units in defensive stance trigger the tremor burst again, it's 2 bursts in 1. If she's in defensive stance. Is this allowed? Is this allowed? Okay, why is this coin fucking red? Red coin. That's kind of scary. Your shield. Clashable? Let's go, clashable counter. Clashable guard, I mean, sorry. Clashable guard. Combat start. Gain defensive stance. Okay, this is the way. Probably like 2 or 3. Stack of defensive stance. So that you can then use your S3 next turn. So it's going to be like a, when you pull your S3 in hand, you will use your shield. And then you will use S3 next turn to bank double tremor burst from your S3 last hit, and you're going to win Clash. You're not gonna lose a single coin. You're gonna win Clash with a unique guard. Yeah, she's a unique clashable guard. Gains tremor count on self. So this is a way to also fuel your tremor count. So you could totally like start by like just like because this one, S1 doesn't really give you tremor count, and it is a nice little pride guard. Probably gonna be like insane big. I mean, it's gonna be a big shield. Plus, you're gonna have defense up, right? Because like every skill you do does defense up next turn, so you're gonna have like 10 defense up. You're gonna use Great Sword Form or can't let you through, and then you're gonna shield up to get defensive stance and then nuke them. Doesn't matter if you lose the clash or win, they'll just get tremored anyway. Yeah, dude. And then on clash win triggers tremor burst. Yeah, it's like if they lose against your shield, you burst them. If they win against your shield, you burst them next turn with ward. that is ridiculous. Unbreakable coin. What the hell does that mean? Shock nullifying greatsword. At combat start, gain defense up equal to tremor count on self. Oh, she starts with tremor count? Oh no. Wait, what? Every combat start. On every combat start, she gains defense for tremor count on self? Is this allowed? My new team is going to be Eurydivi. I mean, I'm probably just going to run, like, instead of running Ish, because I used to run LCCB Sinner, like the officer version of her with the gun and the riot shield. And so I'm probably just going to run her instead. I'm just going to swap out the 2-star ID I've been using before. My name's going to be Eurydivi Hong. Yeah, I mean, Honglu's going to have to make it. And, what's her face? Raja is going to have to make it. Because Raja has, Effervescent. Is that the ego? The green one. That applies like 5 billion tremor count. And then obviously Faust is gonna have to make it. Because Faust, I mean, I guess maybe you don't have to, but like, I kind of like can't go anywhere without Faust's, like time duck. And like for the big like 2000 damage nuke. And then probably also, I don't know if maybe Oofy Heathcliff. Yeah, I mean the team probably will just make itself. I just like collecting all the things with the Infinity Stones. Anyone with like a unique tremor, a different tremor like conversion, I just run them all, and then you run the tremor like convergence whatever, and then you apply like 7 different tremors on them. That's like the end game of tremor, right? The end game of tremor is to apply like all the tremors and then like pop it all with like time duck or something else, another ego that bursts like 17 times. That's like the end game. If this unit is in defensive stance, double the amount of defense. What? Wait. At combat start, gains defense level up for tremor count on self. And then, if the unit is also in defensive stance, then it doubles it. So let's say you have like 10 tremor count on yourself. You use your shield, and then next turn you use ward, and then you just gain 20 defense level up. There's no cap on this. It doesn't seem. Isn't this not insane? Am my brain fried? Wow, that's a crazy passive. Support passive, emergency protection. At combat start, compare each identity's current HP to the HP at the start of their previous turn. Then apply defense up to the identities with the greatest disparity of HP values between turns. Wow, not only does she win clash, she's also immortal. Yeah, she's immortal. She 20 defense up is like, I mean, that's obviously it's Disneyland. Obviously it's Disneyland to be like, oh, 20 defense up, but it's possible for sure. Wow. There's no way. There's no way. Compare each, then apply defense up to the identities with degrees. Okay, so one identity gets the despair, Yeah, she's kind of like Red Eyes in a lot of ways. I mean, I like it. I like it really a lot. Okay, let's read the second page. Second page. Dude, that's the norm, huh, guys? That's the norm. Is second page. 2 pages are always going to be like the new thing, I guess. And soon, when we reach like Canto like 9, 10, 11, it's going to be like 3 pages. Like every ID that comes out is going to be a 3-pager. Might be a hint of Kim telling us the Tremor is the best for Canto 7. I mean, it makes sense because they give a lot of support, but also I wouldn't be surprised if they push more for Rupture as well. Rupture, I mean, kind of Canto 7 is like the bleed Canto, right? Canto 7 is like the bleed Canto because they are going to give us Carmilla Ego for Dawn, but also I can see Rupture also getting support. Mainly because of the trailer. I don't know if you watched the trailer yet, chat, but the voice at the very end, I think everyone is thinking it's probably going to be Moses, who is going to make an appearance in this arc. And Moses is like connected with a lot of Tremor stuff. Oh, sorry, with a lot of Rupture stuff. Since she's connected with 7 section. So you might see more 7 section support. We might see other Rupture support as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like some other stuff, maybe hinting at some connections with Altus as well. I mean, sky's the limit, right? But I don't know. I think it's they just wanted to give you one more Tremor for the road. They're like, yeah, we gave you some sinking support. Here's Tremor again. Let's see, defensive stance. Let me zoom in a little bit more here so I can. Yeah, there we go. I'll be on the other side, okay? Are they gonna buff Deva Raja's Rupture in this update? I don't think so. I think she's gonna just be like. I'm kind of sad as well that she's kind of like a fast Rupture, although like she's definitely gonna see use as well in probably future because they're gonna start introducing more like backup units. Maybe Canto 7 is going to be the introduction of like every single fight having backups, because otherwise Raja, Deviate Raja doesn't function. In long-term fights. In a long-term fight, Deviate Raja does not function without having a backup, and so. Because otherwise, like when she leaves, then she'll leave behind like an empty space. But if you add like even like 1 or 2 backup slots, like suddenly you're playing with 6 Tremor units plus another one, 7 Tremor units when you have like 6 slots, or like 8 Tremor units when you have 7 slots. I think it'd be interesting if Tremor ends up being not Tremor, the Rupture ends up being like the fast swap mechanic, because you know how they kind of like. they kind of like deviated, try to like separate the different identities of the different debuffs. Because kind of before, right? Like Tremor kind of is like, oh, Tremor is just shitty sinking, you know, or something like that. And for the most part, they're kind of all very similar. But I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they try to lean Rupture in that direction, since the direction they're kind of taking is that Bleed is end of turn, right? So that's unique. Sinking is like on hit, which is like similar to like that new Tremor as well, but Sinking is still in a good place because it has the SP debuff. And then Tremor is now like the Infinity Stones archetype, right? So like you want to stack like different Tremors and then like pop all the Tremors at the same time for like a big payoff. So it's like you stack, and then you farm, and then you pop. So that's kind of like the big, like, you know, Coom payoff. And then maybe Rupture is going to be like the fast swap payoff. Like the point of Tremor is going to be like cycling through your whole party. So you get like more juice out of everybody, and maybe some synergy with like, oh, when you cycle them out, or like when characters get cycled in, they get a buff, you know? So it's like if they're tagged in, they get a buff. So it kind of like incentivizes you to cycle. I could definitely see Rupture being that kind of archetype of like, oh, you're actually, instead of playing with 7 party members, you're actually playing with like all 12, and they all take turns cycling. Especially if they add more deviate characters, because I think Yi Song was in the background of the Raja one. So you could definitely see Yi Song being another one. They're probably just gonna wait for a little bit until they do add it. The McDonald's employee using his 99 stack Tremor and Rupture to make my burger as flat as possible. Dude, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Okay, defensive stance, value 2. So yeah, it is 2. You got 2 turns of defensive stance. This effect does not compound in potency. Stacking it only extends duration. Reduce at the end of turn. So you basically only get like, you know, you get defensive stance and you get 1 juice out of it, basically. So it is kind of like, okay, you use defensive stance, you use this skill, your shield, and then next turn you're gonna use ward to pop, to bank out on your defensive stance before it ends. When a unit gains this effect, gain the following effects. Fix its speed to the minimum value. Okay, so she always goes last. Whoa, that's really good, actually. Wait, that's really good, actually, especially with aggro. Wait, that's actually kind of insane. No, this is good. Wait, this is crazy, right? Because you fix it to your lowest speed possible, so you always go last. Probably gonna be like maybe like a 2 to 7 or a 2 to 6, 3 to 7, something like that range of speed. And then you're always gonna roll 3, so you're always guaranteed to be the end of the ladder. And then like the enemies are all gonna be aggroed onto you. Because if you outspeed them and you're aggro, then they can't actually hit you, right? They can't choose you. Oh wait, this is good. Gain defense level up when you use defensive stance. So not only do you gain double for using defensive stance for shock nullifying greatsword, you gain more. Is it ever gonna end? Is it ever gonna end? Yeah, the abilities are already crazy too, and then plus this is kind of insane. When they change, each of these unit slots gain X divided by this unit's number of slots aggro. Oh, this aggro's all of your slots? Okay. It makes sense though, right? Because like the other ones only give you aggro for the next turn. So if you're using your shield, then you won't get aggro the next turn. So this is the way to give all your slots aggro. Considering that, dude, what? So you're guaranteed basically every slot always has aggro. You're always drawing the ire of the entire enemy party by existing. And then all of your like squishy Tremor IDs, like, you know, you're a Divvy Hong Lu can like sit in the back looking pretty. He's just too rich, you know? He can't take a hit. And he's never gonna get hit when you have her on your team. When chaining skills, this unit can draw enemies' attacks towards this unit regardless of speed. Wow, that is huge. When chaining skills, this unit draws enemies' attacks towards this unit regardless of speed. It doesn't matter what their speed is. You will always draw aggro. Wow. Wait, this is insane, actually. Your lowest speed possible, so you always go last. And then you can draw aggro from units that have higher speed than you. Wait, this is... Dude, you can take... We have a tank. We have an actual tank in the game now. We finally have somebody that can get down Mr. President. Wait, this is so good. This is so good. Just defensive stance once or twice every turn. You know? Upon Clash Wind, trigger Tremor Burst. Cool. Just on the defensive stance? Wait, what? On Clash Win, trigger Tremor Burst? On Clash Win. So when you use Ward, when you your shield, and then you gain defensive stance. Next turn, you have like all this aggro, you use Ward. On Clash Win, you make them gain Tremor count, and then you apply the defensive stance Tremor Burst, and then you inflict Tremor again, consume Tremor on self, so you put yourself to 0 Tremor, and then you apply all that Tremor to the enemy, and then you Tremor Burst twice again. So this is actually 3 Tremor Bursts. This is not 2 Tremor, it's 3 Tremor Bursts. You get 1 at the Clash Win, and then 2 more on the 3rd hit. Is this allowed? Zwei Ishmael is clearly the favorite child. Dude, I mean, it's Saber. Like, obviously, she's gonna be popular, right? She has to be good. You can't make a character that looks exactly like Saber be bad. Like, it's like sacrilege, you know? It is like sacrilegious to... Dude, they didn't even try to make her any different. They didn't even try to make her any different. It is actually just Saber. They have the same hairstyle, down to the same color scheme, weapon type. Same posing. This is just her S3. They just posed her like her S3. I mean, this is a crazy W. Unbreakable coin. Cannot be staggered by damage. So even if you take like a crazy nuke, even if you take a nuts nuke to the face, dude, you can get nutted on and then just like swallow and keep on going the next turn. Wow. This is a crazy status. This is a crazy buff. It has everything you need. You can draw aggro anytime you want. Basically, you always just want to be in defensive stance. Like, if you're not in defensive stance, you better be in it. And then you can just, you have 3 slots, you just like pull aggro on all 3 slots. Just take some damage, doesn't matter. You have like 20 defense up. That's like what? I mean, 20 times 3 is 60% defense damage mitigation. Is that fair? Is that fair? This character is like seriously not. Kim looked at this and read it and then said, yeah, that seems fair. Get out the fucking teal marker. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, no, this is not. This is like a, you know. I mean, if you run Tremor, it's a must pull character or like a must buy character. Luckily, I have 5 billion crates, so I'll just buy her on release. But unbreakable coin, Coin does not break upon clash lose. If an attack skill, unbreakable coin, the red coin of death. Even if you lose, you win. If this attack skill has this coin, attack with this coin after getting hit. Upon clash lose, fix the coin power of the unbroken coin to 1. What? If an attack skill has this coin, is there a way to like divvy it up? Cause okay, so the your shield has a unbreakable coin, so even when you lose, it's okay. You will still get a coin. If this is not an attack skill, this is a defense skill. But like in the future, when like in the future, they're probably gonna be like IDs. There's gonna be IDs that are like like one of their coins is red or whatever, or like a few of the coins is red, and then like you get hit, you lose the clash, and then you like counter back. It's like if you lose clash, then like hit them like twice as hard or whatever, right? Like that's kind of like the mechanic they're introducing here with the unbreakable coin. Right now it's on a defensive skill. The other ones don't have it, but I could definitely see in the future to give an unbreakable coin to an attack skill on an enemy, or like an ID that wants to lose clash. You know what I mean? And it's like you lose clash and then you swing back. King of Minds about to slaughter my Ishmael, but then I pull out the holy weapon of God, the unbreakable coin. That's insane. Upon clash, let's fix the coin power of the unbroken coin to 1. Yeah, I mean, so you're always gonna get a hit in on an attack skill. I mean, granted, this is a defense skill, but in the future, this is like, a harbinger of what's to come for unbreakable coin users. Clashable guard. I mean, it is still like you might still get the hit in, right? Because it's a clash. On clash win, raise the stagger's target's threshold by this unit's final clash power. On clash lose, when hit, reduce the attacker's skill power equal to this unit's final power. What? Is this allowed? What? Does she not have enough? Does she not have enough? That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. I guess they saw her and they're like, yeah, she doesn't have enough yet. My music ended, by the way. Sorry, give me a second. Let me restart the music. Oh well, I guess it's just dead forever because I have to watch a 6-second McDonald's ad to keep playing the menu music. Somebody also needs a clashable guard. Dude, I mean, he already looks stylish enough. I feel like if they gave Yi Song a guard, it'd be too much already. Like, he already hits like a truck, and he never loses clash, and he does 5 billion damage, and he like reduces the enemy's SP by 5 billion. And he like fuels all of Sinking Team by himself when the butterfly is resolved, and he applies like 70 potency. He doesn't need more. I mean, obviously, I thought she didn't need more either, but she definitely does. I must have misunderstood why, like, the power level of a character like this. Maybe they like felt bad, because like looking at the other Zwei characters, realistically, you're not using like any of them. You're never using Gregor. I have never seen anyone use this Sinclair or this Raja. Maybe you use Faust. Like Faust is like the one. Faust is like the one Zwei unit character I've actually seen people use. So maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to cook. I mean, she doesn't have any like. She actually doesn't. It's funny because she doesn't have any synergy with the other Zwei units, does she? I guess she might. Like technically, like she can run with another Zwei unit that gives her more You could, I mean, the chance of you actually using Zwei Sinclair is probably 0. Since you will definitely have like better Tremor characters to use. I mean, 2-turn burst is not terrible because this one's free, but you know, granted, you're never gonna use it. Like, there's no point. And now that Zwei Ishmael exists, like, this is the only thing you're gonna use. Gun goes ding ding ding. So true though, so freaking true. I mean, this is just insane. This is just nuts. Yeah, no, it's over. Okay, pack it up, guys. I'm going back to my Tremor fanboy arc. I moved on to syncing after Yisung came out, but now we're back. We are so fucking back. I will just be playing with this Ishmael all day, every day. Nothing can stop me from queuing up Tremor team into things that don't work. Even if they're resistant. Even if they, you know, they're like enduring against Blunt and they take 0 damage from Pride, Envy, Gluttony, I'm still running it. I don't care. She deserves it. She's the queen of the world. Wow, okay. Well, that's it, guys. Pull for this character if you play Tremor. Do it right now. Alright, I'll see you guys.